Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your morning practice. We have a nice little flow to help us wake up this morning. As well, I have a cup of coffee. Maybe you do too. So before we begin, let's take a sip. Yes, okay. So we'll begin with our pranayama practice, which is a breathing practice. Beautiful thing to help you to wake up in the morning, to clear and purify the sinuses, the mind, the body. So you can sit on your seat or you can kneel. Just find a comfortable place for a moment here. Let's take a big breath in together. Reach the shoulders up toward the ears and roll them down the back. So just let those shoulders get heavy and relaxed. And do that again, breathing in deeply. And exhale like you're just shrugging the shoulders down, moving them away from the ears. And one more time, shoulders roll forward and up. And then back and down. Let your hands rest in your lap. And continue with another deep breath in. And exhale the whole breath out. And as you breathe in, trace where that breath goes. So in through the nose, down through the throat, filling up the upper chest, the middle chest, the lower chest and lungs. And as you exhale, trace how the breath leaves the body all the way out, lower chest, middle, expelling out through the upper chest, through the throat, through the nose, and just watch the breath. And you might even want to close your eyes or find your gaze looking downward for a moment to really focus on your internal breath, on your own unique breath right now. And there's no sense of rushing the breath at all. We're simply allowing the breath to move all the way in. And we're letting that breath move all the way out. 3 more cycles here. Noticing a little pause at the top of your inhale, like you're just holding the breath in for an extra second. And notice a little bit of space, a little pausing at the end of your exhale. Just creating some space around the busyness of the breath to quiet the mind and to bring us into the practice this morning. Nice. We'll move to Nadi Shodhana breath, so alternate nostril breathing. If you've never tried this before, you might find it a little interesting. It's a really great way to clear both sides of the sinuses. It's a great way to clear left from right, yin from yang, calm from excited and busy, hot from cold. So it's going to make you feel a little bit more balanced and present. So take your right hand, and using your hand, you will close off a right nostril first, and then you'll close off a left nostril second. So we're going to alternate the way that we breathe. So before we begin, take another deep breath in through both nostrils. Exhale it all the way out through nose or mouth. And now the next time you breathe in, close off the right nostril, breathe in through the left. And as you exhale, breathe out through the right nostril. And inhale, breathe in through the right. And exhale, breathe out through the left. Inhaling in through right. Exhaling out through right. Inhaling in through the left. Exhaling out through the left. 3 more breaths. In through the right. Out through the left. In through the left. Out through the right. Last one, in through the right. And out through the left. And take your hand down to your lap. Take 2 breaths in through both nostrils. Noticing clarity, a little bit of clearing of the sinuses. And we're ready to begin. So join me on the mat. Maybe take one more little sip of coffee. That's bulletproof coffee right there. It's got me going. Okay, so coming to the mat, we'll come to all fours. We'll tuck the toes under. Really drawing each toe of each foot underneath as best as you can. Push your hips back towards your heels with the intention of stretching the bottoms of your feet. At the same time, spread your hands really wide. Create lots of space between each finger. Reach out through the tips of each finger like you're stretching into the bottoms of your hands. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, bring yourself all the way back up to all fours. Untuck your toes, so take the tops of your feet back to the floor and move your hips side to side a couple of times. So finding this lateral movement through the body, just shifting side to side. Maybe you could start to let the hips get a little heavy so the hip comes over to one side and you can pause here and take a breath. And then over to the other side and pausing and taking a breath. So we're simply noticing all the aspects of our body, maybe all the places we feel tight this morning. And then we'll come back to center. Now extend your right leg back so we can tuck the toes under one more time, extending the leg nice and straight. Start to lift this right leg up toward the ceiling. So the heel is lifting up nice and strong, and the toes point straight down toward the floor below. Take a breath in, lift the leg a little, lift the heart forward, and as you exhale, round the spine, bring this right knee up towards your chin. Inhale, push the foot back, lift the leg, exhale, round. Inhaling, extending, lengthening, really pushing out through the heel, and exhaling. And last time. And exhale. Now extend this right leg all the way back again. And if it feels okay in your body this morning, a little bit of extra balance, start to extend the left arm forward. So opposite arm is extended forward as leg is lifted. Start to add a little pulse here, right at the top. And as you pulse, think about lifting up your lower ribs and your lower belly up towards your spine, so firm through the core. And let's just do a few more here, reaching in toward finding steadiness and balance. And now as you exhale, take the hand and knee to the floor, round your spine to cat stretch. And inhale, find your cow. Extend the spine, offer the heart forward, and exhale again, round the spine. As you breathe in, come back to a nice neutral spine, and we'll move to the other side. Extend the left leg back. And then lift the left leg so that the toes point straight down toward the floor. Lift up through the lower belly. Lift up through the lower ribs so you're strong through the front core. Take a breath in, lift this left leg a little higher. And as you exhale, round. Elbow to nose. Inhale, offering the heart forward, lifting. Exhale, rounding. Push out through the heel as the leg straightens back and round. And pressing out. Equal weight across both hands and rounding. Now extend this leg all the way back and extend your right arm forward. So opposite arm to leg are lifting. Add a little pulse. Lift and lower right from the top. The gaze is slightly forward. Make sure you feel some space in the back of your neck so it's not pinching here. Just little pulses. Nice. Last couple here. And now as you exhale, take it all back to the floor, round to your cat stretch. Inhaling to cow. And exhale, flowing to cat. Inhale to cow last time. And this time as you exhale, tuck your toes. Neutralize the spine, lift the low belly, and float your knees just an inch off the floor. So just taking the knees up a tiny little bit, press down through the hands, lift up through Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, lift up through the lower belly connection, draw the side waist in. Take a couple more breaths here, firing up the core, warming up the body. And then as you exhale, lift the knees and hips high, find your downward facing dog. Perhaps create a little bit more space between the hands, spread the fingers, walk up the heels. All the things that feel good in your down dog. Bend the knees a lot, lift the heels high. Take your hips to the right as your knees move to the left. So just a little bit of twisty down dog, pivoting across the balls of your feet a couple times. Opening up side ribs. And nice. Come back to center and walk the feet up toward the hands. Slide the hands toward the feet. Bend the knees and round your spine. So it's like you could almost rest the torso over the thighs. Draw the head down toward the knees. Take one more breath. And then start to push the feet down into earth as you roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. And your head will be the last to come up. The gaze is forward. The hands open up so that the palms turn forward. Take a breath in here. Reach the arms all the way up with the breath. And exhale, hands to heart. In reverse now, reaching the arms all the way up and overhead. And exhaling, arms wide and down. And one more time, leading us into Surya Namaskar C. Interlace the fingers overhead now, except for your index finger. Your pointer fingers still point up. As you exhale, reach the hands back toward the wall behind you as your heart lifts and your hips move forward. So a tiny back bend. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, pull the hips back, bend the knees forward, folding to forward bend. Breathing in now, half lift. Take your hands up to your shins. And as you exhale, step your right foot back. So take it back, nice and slow. Find a big stance between your front foot and your back. Back knee comes to earth, and the top of the back foot floats down. Take one more breath. As you exhale, pull the hips back a little bit here so that your front leg straightens. You can walk your hands back with blocks underneath them if you'd like, straightening out that front leg. Breathing in now, shift the hips forward again until your front knee comes over its ankle. Extend the arms forward and up, a little bit of extra balance here as we lift up through the heart, through the gaze. And then take your palms to touch and tuck your thumbs into the back of your neck, really opening up the heart space here. One more breath. And then exhale, flow it all down to the floor. Step back to plank. Hold the plank here, pushing back through your heels, reaching forward through the crown of your head, drawing in through the sideways here, really, really strong in your high plank. Next, exhale, take your knees to the floor, pull your elbows back, touch your heart and your chin to earth. And as you inhale, lower the pelvis, come up to cobra. Hug your upper arms into your sides. Lengthen the spine here. Reach forward from the heart. Next, exhale, peel yourself up and back, down dog. Breathing in, step forward with this right foot. Bring it up toward the hands until the knee stacks over its ankle. You can always use a hand to coax and to bring this front foot all the way up. Simply take a breath into low lunge. And then as you exhale, pull the hips back. Walk the hands back, perhaps on their blocks again, until this front leg straightens out. Let yourself bow over the shin, let the head drop down. And then walk the hands forward again. Shift forward again to that low lunge. Lift off of the hands, come all the way up here. Touch the palms together, thumbs tucking into the back of the head or the neck. Lift up through the heart. And exhale now, hands to earth, stepping all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhaling, half lift. And exhale and fold. Roll yourself up now, one vertebrae at a time. Shine the palms forward. Let the shoulders slide down the back. Reach the arms all the way up and head. Touch the palms. And then exhale, move the hips forward. Feel the heart lifting up and the hands reaching toward the wall behind you. Inhale, come back to vertical. Exhale, and fold forward bend. Inhaling now, half lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Stay right here as you are. Keep your left fingers tented to a block or to the floor. And as you breathe in, bring your right arm out to the side and up, a beautiful twist. So you're turning toward your front knee. Lift up through the back thigh and the hips. Find a breath here. Circle this top arm back behind you and then forward and ahead. So just some movement here. And as your hand comes down again, step back, find your plank. Hold your plank. Hug your thighs and your shins in toward your midline. Press the heels back, move the crown forward. Feel the whole body working in plank. Great way to vitalize the whole entire system and strengthen the whole body here in plank. Take one more breath. As you exhale, lower knees, chest and chin to earth, three-pointed prayer. And inhale, lower the pelvis. Hug the upper arms into the side. Slide the heart forward, cobra. And exhale, release. And again, inhale, peel up, cobra, hugging upper arms into your sides. Exhale, down dog. Flow forward now, step the left foot up toward the hands. Stay as you are with your back knee lifted. Keep your hands on the earth or on that block. Your right hand on the earth or on the block. The left arm this time moves out to the left and up. So feel yourself turning from the torso. Try not to collapse into this lower shoulder. So press up and out of it. Turn the gaze to the side wall, even up to the upper thumb. Take one more beautiful breath in. And then exhale, begin that circling of the arm. Right from the shoulder joints. And one more time, we'll float this left hand to the floor and step to the top of the mat. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, soft knees and fold. Inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Here we go to the top, touching the palms overhead. Exhale, hips forward, heart lifts, thumbs reach to the back of the room. And inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale now, offer the hands forward as you sit back, Utkatasana, chair pose. Slide the shoulders down the back. Feel the legs supporting this, so most of the weight is in the heels. Hug your thighs toward each other like you've got a little beach ball between your inner knees. Draw in toward the midline with your strength here. Take two more breaths. As you exhale now, hinge and fold, forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale now, step or hop back, find your plank. Strong plank here again. You can take knees to earth, pull your elbows back, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, slide and lift the heart forward. Come to an upward facing dog or higher cobra. And exhale, down dog. Take your right leg back and up behind you. Three-legged dog. Exhale, release. And as you breathe in, take the left leg back and up behind you. Point the toes, reach them to the ceiling behind you. Exhale, let go. Inhale, flow forward to plank. Exhaling, keep your left hand and the outer edge of your left foot on the floor. Start to pivot on your feet. Find side plank. Lift the hips. You can lift the gaze if your balance is feeling it this morning, or you can keep your gaze down on that lower hand. Release, come back And shift to that other side. Weight coming into the right hand. Hip stacking, shoulder stacking. Lifting the hips high here, track the gaze upward. Lean back slightly from your upper body, from the back of your head and your shoulder blades. And now as you exhale, come forward. Shift ahead, come to your knees, or stay in high plank, lower chaturanga. Inhaling the heart forward to upper cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, flip the toes, down dog. Walk it out. Push back into the balls of your feet, bend your knees a lot. Let your hips get a little bit bouncy. And then, looking up toward the top of your mat, hop your feet forward. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale and fold. Roll it all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale again, palms up. Pull the hips back to chair. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale. And exhale, testing the legs, testing the strength. Next out, breath, hinge and fold. Breathing in, half lift. Exhale, step or hop back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra or up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Stay with me here, right leg back and up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, step the right foot forward. Turn the back foot out and rise, warrior one. So the back toes have turned out to about a 90-degree angle. Slide the shoulders down your back. Bend into the front knee. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, take your hands down to cover your heart. Shift your weight now into your front foot. Lift your back heel. Start to come to warrior three here. So there's a lift off of the back leg. The standing leg straightens. The heart is reaching forward as the back leg lifts. Take two more breaths. Actively lift up this back left leg. And then as you exhale, bring that back leg all the way forward to tree pose. So tuck the sole of the left foot into the calf of the right leg. Or draw the foot up to the inner thigh. Just leave that inner knee alone. The hips start to square. The standing leg is pressing into the lifting foot, and the foot is pressing back into its leg. If you'd like, you can open the arms wide. Find your breath here. Find steadiness. You can even put the hand down on a counter or down on a chair if you just need a tiny little bit of assistance. And if you're okay here, take the left hand to its knee. Reach the right arm up and overhead. Have a little bit of a side stretch. And come all the way back up. Nice. Bring this knee forward. Step it way back. Warrior one more time. Take a big look up. And as you exhale, take your hands to the floor. Step back, find your plank. Breath in. Exhale, shift forward now. Stay up high or come down to your knees. Lower, hugging upper arms into your sides. And then inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. As you breathe in, take the left leg back and up. Nice big three-legged dog. Exhale, look forward, step this foot up toward your hands. Turn the back foot out at the same time and rise, warrior one. Edge this front knee forward, even as you push into the outer edge of the back foot. So really grounding down through both feet. Turning your upper body up toward the top of your mat. Take a beautiful breath in here. And then float the hands down to the heart. Lift your back heel up. Start to shift all of your weight forward into this front foot. Shifting, trusting, lifting off the back leg. Maybe the leg comes just the tiniest bit off the floor. Maybe we'll just use it as a kickstand here. Discovering the balance as you go. Eventually lowering the heart, feeling the back leg lift, reaching out through this extending right leg a lot. And then sweeping this back leg forward to tree pose. Tucking the sole of the foot into the calf or into the inner thigh. Finding the hips becoming square with each other. Perhaps, if your balance allows, opening the arms out to the sides. Lifting up through the heart, maybe lifting up through the gaze. Nice job. Bringing everything back to center. So the right knee points forward again. We'll take a big step back with that right foot, landing in warrior one again. Edging the front knee forward, pressing again into the outer edge of the back foot. Gazing up, feeling this beautiful warrior strength in your body. And then letting it all go. Stepping back, finding plank. Finding yourself lowering to earth. Inhaling, cobra or up dog. And exhaling, down dog. Pour your weight forward, last time plank. Exhaling to your left side plank. Perhaps the top foot can come and rest into the inner calf. A little version again of tree pose on our side this time. Stack the hips. Lift the hips. And then let that go. Come to the other side, pivoting on the feet. Press down through this right hand. And try not to collapse into the shoulder at all. We're lifting up and away. Maybe there's a little tree variation here. Maybe not. Lift the hips wherever you are. Nice. And flow yourself back to plank on your front. Come to your knees. And settle your hips back now for a much deserved child's pose. Rock your forehead across the surface it's resting on now. Feel how your body can shift side to side. Settling weight into one hip and then into the other. And now slowly pour yourself all the way back up to all fours and settle into your seat. If you have a folded up blanket or a thin pillow, settle it underneath your bum here now. And extend your legs forward. And tuck the sole of your left foot into your inner right thigh. Janu Shirsasana. So sitting up nice and tall here. Press the back of this extended leg down into the floor. Take a breath in and extend the arms up and overhead. Feel length and space through the side bodies. As you exhale, reach forward from your heart. Come all the way down until your hands can rest easily on either side of your knee or your shin. Bow your head. Inhale, look up, lift up, slide the chest forward just slightly. And then exhale, fold in again. Breathing in now, start to come all the way back up. Let the hands lift off of the floor. Bring them all the way back up and overhead so we have this beautiful length through the spine. And exhale, hands to heart. Slide Now your right hand forward down the inside of this extended leg, turn away slightly. So it's like we're trying to take this bottom right rib cage and turn it underneath us and forward. Bring the left arm up and overhead. So finding a bit of a side stretch here. Listen to your breath. And if the breath has stopped or stalled out, then move away from the pose slightly. Just ease yourself away until the breath returns. Our breath is the best indicator of what's happening, of the limits and the edges that our body will let us go to right now, today. As you inhale, come all the way back up. Lift up your bent knee and place the sole of the foot behind its sitting bone. So you've got a little bit of space between the foot and the thigh of the other side. Now take your left arm up, reach it high and bring it to the inside of this bent knee. Reach forward toward the foot. And you might wrap this upper arm bone around the front of the shin and tense your fingers. And let's do that with both hands. So that as we push this arm bone back into the shin, that action is helping the chest to slide down this extended right leg. Fold the hands. 2 more breaths. Very nice. Come all the way back up. Extend the leg, give it a shake. I move to the other side. Tucking the sole of the right foot into the inner left thigh. Sit tall here. Extend the arms forward and then up. So you feel long through the side bodies, really long and extended through the spine. Draw the belly back toward the spine as you start to hinge forward from the hips. And take your hands down to either side of this leg. Let the elbows be soft. So there's not a sense that you're reaching with your arms, but rather you're reaching forward from the heart. Inhaling, lifting up again. Exhaling, peeling yourself down the length of your spine. Nice. As you inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Let the hands lift up off of earth. Find that beautiful space again. And then exhale, hands to heart. Left arm reaches forward. So it's like you're turning slightly away from your extended leg now. Taking the hand down the inside of this leg, wherever it will go. Roll these left ribs, so your bottom ribs, roll them forward slightly. Bring the right arm up and overhead. Give yourself a beautiful side stretch here. Keep the neck soft, shoulders moving down the back. Gently keep pressing the right sitting bone down to earth. Take one more big breath in. And then come all the way back up. Nice. Lift up your bent knee. Firmly plant the sole of that foot to the floor. Take a breath in, right arm reaches up, lean back slightly, and then come to the inside of this bent knee with this arm. So the knee pushes into the upper arm, arm pushes back into the knee. You've got a bit of a bind there, reach forward. And you can stay just like this, or you can take this hand and wrap it back slightly so that the upper arm bone is pushing against the shin bone. Tent the fingers, both hands. And melt the heart forward as you push the arm bones back. Couple more breaths here. Filling the whole body with your breath. All of the corners of the body now that are opening up become filled with pure, simple breath. And come all the way back. Release your body, extend the legs, give it a shake. Bring the soles of the feet together, cobbler's pose. Balance out the pelvis here, fold forward. Breathing in now, roll it up. Help the knees come back together. Extend the legs forward of you. Take your hands back behind you. Press the soles of the feet into the floor. Roll the shoulders back and point the elbows toward the wall behind you. Lift the heart. Press into the hands. Press into the soles of the feet. Lift the hips up to reverse table. Look up. Offer the hips up. Try to keep the back of the neck long, reaching the crown of the head toward the wall. Take 2 more breaths here. And now as you exhale, settle your hips gently to earth. Sit tall through the spine. Extend the arms forward. Lean back a little bit more until the feet get nice and light and lift the feet up, boat pose. Draw the belly back, back, back toward the spine. Take your last 3 breaths here. Start to push out through the soles of the feet. Extend out through the legs. Lean back. Draw the ribs back. The whole core is working so hard here. Last breath in. And as you exhale now, start to come back really slowly. So I want you to try to get your heels and the back of your head to touch the floor at exactly the same time. So let's move in slow motion. Pause here in half boat, a little bit of canoe. And then slowly, heels and head come to earth. And you relax your body. Take the soles of the feet to the floor. Press into them. Extend your arms down at your sides. Push into the backs of your arms and your shoulder blades. As the hips lift up off the floor to bridge, make sure that your neck feels free here and soft. It's not bound up at all. So the weight here is in the backs of the shoulders, backs of the upper arms. Pushing down through the soles of the feet brings the action of lifting the hips up high. Take 2 more breaths. And then lower the hips back to earth. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees open wide. Rest. And then start to extend your legs all the way to the floor. Find a moment or 2 here in Shavasana. The place we come to check deeply into the body. To integrate the fruits of our practice together this morning. Deeply into all the corners. All of the little pockets and spaces in our body that are craving movement. That are craving our awareness, that crave for the breath. Let your breath soften now, and your limbs become heavy, like you're giving your body into earth in trust. And create an intention for yourself today, one of trust. Trust yourself. Trust this authenticity that you're feeling right now, from your head to your toes. trust that the way that things are right now are the way they need to be, just for now. And trust that you have the ability and the capacity to be here in these moments that are unknown, that are inconsistent. You can still be here and you can show up for yourself and for all of your people and for your community. And really that's all we can keep doing, is just showing up every day in our truth, with trust, with clear hearts, clear breath, open minds. Take your hands over your heart now. Breathe into a beautiful day in front of you. Stretch your arms overhead like you're just coming back, just waking back up. And then pull your knees into your chest. Rock side to side. Make any other movements, any other shapes that your body is asking you to make right now. And then when you're ready, sit up. Cross your legs. Take a moment. Pull the breath all the way down to the lower belly. And feel the whole breath move out. And draw your hands together now and seal in your practice. Seal in our time together today. I miss you all so much. Namaste. See you soon.